Researching a brand new city can be extremely difficult, especially if you've never been here and you're just now starting to consider making a move here, because you're not here, you're not able to walk around and explore all the pockets of each and every city. That's why in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you guys a full map tour of Rohnert Park, California. Alrighty, so let's pop open the map here a little bit. Let's actually zoom it up a little bit. So let's just give kind of the overall feel of Rohnert Park and exactly where it's situated. So it's outlined right here. So if I zoom it out a little bit, right here in the middle, that is Santa Rosa. That is Sonoma County's biggest city. Part of, the reason why I wanted to do this video, because everyone knows about Petaluma and everyone knows about Santa Rosa, but everyone kind of forgets this little section right here. So we're gonna dive into it a little bit, but Rohnert Park is only about 10 minutes from Santa Rosa. From Petaluma, it's about 15, 20 minutes, I guess, kind of depending on the traffic. Then as you can see here, we got Bodega Bay, we've got the ocean right here, which from Rohnert Park, it'll probably take you about 35 to 40 minutes, depending on which way you can go. You can go out through Two Rock, or you can go through Santa Rosa and take Highway 12 out. And then of course, back here, we got Marin, Novato, San Francisco, and all of that sort of stuff. So now that we have a little bit of a better area of where, Rohnert Park is, let's just zoom it in here a little bit and just kind of show you and walk you guys kind of through all of Rohnert Park and exactly what it is. So Rohnert Park is extremely small. Not too many people live here, but it's a great city for a number of different reasons. And if you guys want to explore that a little bit more, definitely make sure you check out. I did a full vlog tour recently. I did a pros and cons video recently, doing a cost of living video. I'm doing a ton of videos about Rohnert Park, but in this video specifically, let's just dive into what Rohnert Park is. So I think a couple big main attractions for Rohnert Park, and again, I spoke about a lot of this stuff in those other videos, but we got SSU right here. SSU is highly ranked. If you do your research online, check out SSU's ratings, where they've been the last couple of years. It's a 4-year college, so it's amazing that we have that right here in Rohnert Park. I always make the joke, I never want my son to leave. I have a 3-year-old, so regardless of what he wants to do, college, job, move away, military, whatever it is, for some reason, I want him to stay right here. I want him to stay home with mommy and daddy. So for you guys kind of in the same boat, and if you guys have children, or you're gonna be having children that you know are gonna be going to college, Rohnert Park is a great place to land for that reason. So let's start at like the most northern part of Rohnert Park right here. And a new addition to Rohnert Park, California has been the Graton Casino. And I gotta tell you, I know a lot of people have mixed emotions about casinos and having them in the city, but I think, not only having something fun to do, my wife and I love going to the casino when we can get a little night out, go hang out. We don't even really gamble too much, but it's just fun to walk around, be in that environment, like all the peoples. There's multiple bars you can go to. There's amazing restaurants inside of the casino. Really, that's like the only reason why we go. We got to go for the food, and we got to go for the drinks, and to walk around and kind of people watch a little bit. And this is a great place to do that. So even if you're not super into gambling or whatever, I highly recommend checking out the casino because it's amazing. But overall, I think the casino's really helped out Rohnert Park and its growth over the last couple of years. And then next to that, we have Foxtail Golf Course. I'm new to golf, absolutely terrible at it, but that's for another story for another day. So I haven't quite been to this I haven't played this golf course. I've been here before, but I haven't played there before. So that's amazing. And then next to that, we have a little bowling alley. We have Old Kaz Beer. This place in the summertime is amazing. They have big barbecues out front. It's kind of like a little craft brewery spot. So it's just comfortable to go there, hang out, have a drink, meet some new people. It's always a friendly kind of atmosphere over there. And then we have a lot of, I spoke on this in some other videos. We have a lot of like little teeny tiny pockets of Rohnert Park that I really don't think people explore too much right here. But right here, we have Roberts Lake, when we have Fairway, and there's houses inside of these little grassy areas right here that are quite expensive. The values have definitely gone up over the last couple of years, but it's amazing because you have the water right here. You're right next to the golf course. So over here on this side of town, you'll see a lot of people cruising around on golf carts. You know, it's just a different kind of atmosphere over here than it is in some of the other parts of Rohnert Park that we'll talk about. But you'll notice all of these streets here: Firethorn, Fauna Avenue, Flores Avenue, Fairway Drive. All of these start with the letter F. So this right here is called F section. So that's one cool thing about Rohnert Park. They really did a good job kind of like breaking the city down and making it easy for like the locals to, you know, be able to express where they are, where their house is or whatever. Like you'll hear all the neighbors like, oh, I've lived in M section for 30 years. I've lived in D section, blah, 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 blah. So that's cool. So once you see, you know, a little certain area and all the streets start with the same letter, you know, it's in that letters section. Hudis, this is a pretty popular part of Rohnert Park. Again, you're right next to the golf course. Davis Circle, really, really amazing houses over here. There's a lot of like retired people that live in this little community. As you can see, it's kind of surrounded by, you know, the golf course and a couple little pockets of water. So this is a really, really fun part of Rohnert Park. And again, Eagle Park, we have little teeny tiny parks all over Rohnert Park. Just about in every single neighborhood, there's at least one. And I always give the story of when I was younger, my best friend lived here and we would have so much fun. He lived next to the college and M section. So we used to go there, play hockey. He was my hockey friend, hang out, go get food, come back, go to the park. Like it was just all so, having a park super close to the house was really, really nice. And I know that was probably nice for, you know, my parents, because they knew you don't really have to worry too much, right? It's over here is like parks everywhere. A lot of people are really, really friendly. So it's kind of nice to have this. But this is the more populated, you know, more expensive part of Rohnert Park, just because you're next to town and you're next to the golf course and, you know, all of the other things that come with this side of town. We got the casino, Old Cas. We got a couple different hotels over here. And by the way, I didn't mention about the casino. You have to go there just for the pool days because their pool days are insane. It's a massive pool. They have parties, concerts, all sorts of fun stuff going on over there. So just another reason for you to get out of the house, go have some fun at the casino. Then exploring a little further out here, just on the other side, we have SSU. Again, a great school. And this little pocket of Rohnert Park right here, this is more of that college vibe. So just right on the other side of, what is it? Yeah, Rohnert Park Expressway. You know, that side of town, older, golfing, golf carts everywhere, just living that sort of life. Over here is completely different. You'll see college students walking everywhere over here during when school's in session. A fun little shopping center over here, Magnolia Pools right here. You have the college, which is pretty big. And then just across there is a couple of my favorite Mexican restaurants of all time. El Rancho, there's Taqueria Sol, there's Azteca, there's a bunch of different fun restaurants over here. And then let's see, we can dive into a couple of the condo. You'll see over here, you'll see Benicia Park, another park in B section right there. Some of the little condo developments here. So if I can actually get this thing to scroll down, let's scroll in, let's auto-populate. So some more single family houses over here. A section, this is kind of the older section of Rohnert Park. A, B, they started building sooner. And then as you go further up in the alphabet, those are kind of the more older established neighborhoods. And that's one good thing I think about Rohnert Park is there's a lot of older homes, but then recently they've really been building a lot. So you're kind of getting that mix, you know, it's either kind of older home or it's a brand new home built in like 2010, 11, 12. So that's fun to kind of have that diversity and, you know, figure out what house you want. If you want that new modern style home, white paint everywhere, beautiful cabinets, you can find that here. If you want that older, more matured, more established home, you can definitely find that in Rohnert Park as well. Let's just zoom back out here a little bit. We're just making our way down. A ton of different hotels. Rohnert Park, for whatever reason, always has a ton of different hotels. So usually when people come and visit, we'll set up a day and a time to meet, whatever city that they're, you know, want to go explore, go look at homes, whatever the case is. And a lot of them, for whatever reason, they always find a hotel right here. You have the Best Western, you have Cambria, you got Broadway, you got, I can't even really see this computer anymore. I think I'm getting old. Anyway, so a lot of different hotels right here kind of in the middle. And then the further south you go, you're going to start to see a little teeny tiny town called Cotati. All of us locals just kind of consider this Rohnert Park, but Cotati is cool because they have a downtown area. One kind of, I guess, negative of Rohnert Park is they don't really have a downtown. They have like little grassy areas in all their parks. They have like fun little events at all the time and stuff, but they don't have a downtown that they can call their own. So that's, you know, kind of a bummer for a lot of people. I know a lot of like the younger people moving up here, they want to kind of explore nightlife and kind of have that fun. So they always tend to steer a little bit away from Rohnert Park simply because of that. Let's zoom back out here a little bit. I will show you a little condo complex, if I can get this thing zoomed in. Let's go over here, 1400 Gold. Oops, type in Gold Way, excuse me. Rohnert Park. This is a fun little community in here, Gold Way. So this section, again, a ton of different condo developments in Rohnert Park. Prices really ranging, you know, high threes, into the fours, into the fives, but really in that like $300,000 to $400,000 price range. If you're comfortable with a condo, and this is something I talk all the time about, is I get people that reach out, they want that big single family home. They, you know, maybe they don't have necessarily the down payment for it right now. Looking at condos and townhomes are the best and safest way to get you to that big, beautiful single family home that you've been dreaming about forever. Because if you think about it, the way prices are going right now, everything is just going up. So if you could buy a condo, sit on it for a year, 2, 3, 4 years, collect anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 in equity, that's $100,000 you can then take to the dream home and sell that condo, which will sell instantly because all the condos do around here. And then you can put that money down on that big home. So it's a lot quicker to do that versus saving, because realistically, if you're trying to save $50,000 to $100,000, depending on your job, obviously, but it's probably going to take more than a year or two. So condo complexes in Rohnert Park, they are not hard to come by. They're everywhere. We just sold one over here on Gold Way not too long ago. That one ended up selling for $440,000, and that was last year, and it was completely redone. 2-story, 3 bedrooms. The HOAs were kind of on the high side. I think it was around $400 a month, but they came with a pool. They took care of all of the exterior. They took care of the roof. They did the landscaping. They basically did everything except for like inside stuff. So you paid water, you paid garbage, and kind of all of your utilities like you would if you bought a single family home, but the HOA kind of takes care of the rest. So you can see here, and it's hard to look at these on a map because it's like, oh, they're so jammed together, and a lot of them do share like a wall or two on some of them. But once you walk into these, I mean, these were built so well, you don't really hear a lot of noise. I mean, from upstairs, downstairs, neighbors to the right or left, you really don't, especially if you can luck out and find like a corner unit. So you don't have a shared wall on both sides, you just have a shared wall on one side, and it really opens up the house and it really makes it appear a lot bigger than it is. So if you can find a corner unit, definitely take a look at it, because they sell pretty quickly in Rohnert Park, because again, this is one of the cities where there's not a whole lot of, Sonoma County, there's not a whole lot of affordable living. So looking at condos in Rohnert Park, it's definitely a good option for you. Zooming back out here. Let's keep on zooming. Fairway Drive, we talked about that a little bit. We talked about what's over there. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, do me a huge favor, hit the like button. It really helps me out. It takes you 2 seconds. And it really helps me spread my message about the channel. So make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more content just like this, hit the subscribe button. I drop 2 to 3 videos every single week, all having to do with living in Sonoma County. So if that interests you, hit the subscribe button. So next time I drop a video, you're notified. And then if we just zoom on back out, here's a fun place that they really don't, no one really has anymore, and that is Calsgate. I spent so many days here when I was younger. So many fun times. If you have kids and you want them to kind of get out, explore, maybe go meet some people, whatever. Having one of these in town is amazing. And then they also have Scandia. And who doesn't have fun at Scandia? Mom and dad, you guys can go play some mini golf, hit the arcade games, run around with the kids. It's always a blast there. They have batting cages. They have little you can get in those like little boats and shoot people with water. It's a blast. You have to go. We got In-N-Out. We have Hooters over here. We have a bunch of different fun restaurants. There's gyms all over the place. There's great parks, great hiking, biking, whatever the case is, whatever you're into, it's right here in Rohnert Park. And that's pretty much going to wrap up Rohnert Park. If you guys have any questions at all, I am a full-time real estate agent. I love making all this content for you, but would love nothing more than to help you purchase a home. So if you want a little bit more information about Rohnert Park or any of the other cities, my very first step is scheduling a quick 30-minute Zoom call, basically going over your wants and needs and seeing how I can help you make that dream become a reality. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.